Jones had...
his own man ran over him.
Jones had gone to his knees, slipping after fielding the punt, looked to return it, and just went down on the turf, and that's where the collision came. Terry, what about the kick?
Good punt by Tressler, a 39-yard punt. With the 15-yard penalty, though, SoddyDaisy was still good field position at 11 and 45.
Where it'll be first down and 10 for the Trojans at the Blue Devil 45-yard line. And this may be the play, final play it will be of the first period if they get it away. And Williams hands off through the middle and nothing going there, and I think they blew it dead anyway. But the quarter ends at the end of quarter one. It's 11-0, and the Trojans of SoddyDaisy nothing will.
Hello, I'm Laura Pack, a senior varsity football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We are here with the First United Methodist staff to thank them for their support and present to them this Blue Devil football souvenir.
First Church would like to wish the Blue Devils a successful season.
We invite you to our Sunday school and worship services.
Come see us at our new Family Life Center opening this fall.
Go Big Blue!
Ball game, so don't you miss the FM 99 scoreboard show with Dale Bay and Lynn Bogle.
All right, Soddy will have the football as we open the second period. There is no score here in SoddyDaisy. They're at Lebanon's 45-yard line, where it will be first down and 10 after a 10-yard penalty that the Blue Devils really didn't deserve because his own man actually run over him. Lebanon had a man standing there, and he got flagged.
John, any other explanation to that?
Coach Dillard's had been talking with the referee just then, Tommy, and I don't think it was about that play. It's something that they're calling us on procedure about, so I'm going to try to get that from the coaching staff and holler back at you.
All right, here we go. Trojans. In split to the near side. Quarterback underneath is Williams, and they give it to the big guy, and he'll barrel for 5 down to the 40-yard line on just a straight-ahead dive. Making the tackle for the Blue Devils is Kenneth Nelson.
Jarvis Smith, the running back, they like to get him the football. 139 carries on the season coming into this game, and as we said, it missed a couple of football games due to an ankle problem. They'll get it to him on the dive, the sweep. They like to have the ball in his hands.
Now they put 2 wideouts to the right side. They split Anthony Peak and put the tailback in a slot, and they swing it out to Blue, and Blue's tripped up after a yard. Great play by Lehue, who come in and got an arm around the leg and tripped him up, and Gannon put the final stopper on him, but it was Lehue who made the tackle and got him around the ankle and tripped him up after a 2-yard gain. It will be 3rd and 3 for the Trojans at the Lebanon 43-yard line.
Soddy had a lot of people out in front on that play, and Lehue just able to get enough of the running back's ankle to trip him up. Came in from that strong safety spot and just kind of sacrificed himself, made a dive at the running back, and made the tackle.
Soddy now goes to the same formation, except they bring the wideouts to the near side, and they give it to the big guy, and he didn't make it. He's tripped up underneath. Getting up off the bottom of the pile is Alls, and he got those legs of Smith and drops him for a yard gain, maybe no gain on the play, and it's going to be 4th down and a long 3 to go.
Good job by Ryan Alls as he submarines, used good technique, and got back to the running back Smith before he could really get up ahead of steam. And Soddy now looking at a 4th down and short.
4th down, and Soddy going to go for it. They're not going to put anybody back. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and the Blue Devils need to come up with a big play here. They give it to the first man, and I don't lose football. Lebanon's got it, I believe. Hold on. Blue Devils have it.
Bad exchange between the quarterback and Smith, and Chris Lehue came up and makes the recovery for Lebanon as Soddy gambles, goes for it on 4th down, does not get it, and now Lebanon with the best field position the Blue Devils have had to start a drive.
So the Blue Devils now are out of the hole, and they're at their own 37-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. And here come the Blue. Hankins in at a wideout. He comes to the near side. Zachary is the wideout. He splits to the far side as the Blue Devils move from your left to your right. Pitt will call him. Reeves the fullback. And here comes that blast through again. And Reeves had never had a chance as they come with the safety blitz. At that time, he didn't get the quarterback before he made the handoff, but he did get it just as he handed it to Brian Reeves, and Reeves is stopped for a 2-yard loss.
A gamble by Soddy. They're blitzing on 1st down, gambling, but that Lebanon's going to run between the tackles and just flooding an extra linebacker in the middle to try to mess up the play. They didn't get to the quarterback, but they got to the fullback and kept the play from going anywhere.
They're shooting the middle linebacker, Stanley McGraw, right up the gut. Pitt will call him. Wideouts left and right for the Blue Devils. And here's the pass, far side, dropped, knocked down. Great defensive play by a linebacker in there, and that is number 24. It's a cornerback, Jackie Payne. Got a hand on it, or that may have been a completion. Had it been complete, he had some sailing down that right sideline.
They're trying to hit Ron C. on the seam route between the two defensive backs, between Payne and Jones. Payne did a good job with the recovery and sticks that left hand out and just tips it away at the last second.
3rd down 12 for the Blue Devils at their own 35-yard line. And they hand it to Stafford, and Stafford's got nowhere to go. Now breaks free and dropped after about a 3-yard gain. Stafford got out of a pile somehow, and it's going to be punt formation for Lebanon at that time, as it will be 4th down and 9 for the Blue Devils at that play. At that point, at their own 38-yard line. Timeout now going to be charged to Lebanon, and we'll take time in for this 30-second commercial timeout on.
I'm Allie Lane, senior football cheerleader, and we're here with J.R. Hobbs & Sons Realty to award them a Blue Devil souvenir for their support of the Lebanon High School football team.
On behalf of J.R. Hobbs & Sons Realty and Auction Company, I'd like to wish the Lebanon Blue Devils a Clinic Bowl season.
Go Big Blue!
Zone and maybe stepped in there as Lebanon changed the snap count, and for his trouble, Bob was flagged with a penalty for unsportsmanlike, and the mark-off will go against the Blue Devils. So field position will go against the Blue Devils as they'll back it up about 15, and Lebanon will be forced to kick.
Well, you're going to have to play them when you come up here. We did that at Farragut a couple of years ago. Had the winning touchdown call back there, if you remember. That was an East Tennessee officiating crew also.
Jones will go back to return for SoddyDaisy, and once again Tressler in punt formation for Lebanon.
And Tressler now going to stand at his own 10-yard line, and that penalty may have hurt the Blue Devils. Here's Tressler's kick, and not a good one off the side of his foot. It's going to take a little Lebanon bounce and die at the 44-yard line. Lebanon may have the football. Hold on, let's see.
A Soddy up man touched the football, and they had to dive back on it to maintain possession.
And down there for Lebanon was number 6, Jeremy Stafford, and he almost came up with that football after it was touched. So Soddy on the return, that ball died at the 40, and they touched it, knocked it back to the 48-yard line, where Soddy will put it in play now at the Lebanon 48.
Terry, what about that kick?
Tressler's kick good for 22 yards, and Upman picks it up, drops it. They're lucky to recover. They lose 3 on the return. Soddy on Lebanon's 48.
Here's a handoff to the big guy outside, and he's dumped loose football, and the Blue Devils have it. Blue Devils have it. Somebody who made that hit on Smith, Tommy?
That was Lucas with the stop, and John, he turned him up. Excuse me, that was Lehue with the stop, Lucas with the recovery, and John, he absolutely flipped him.
He sure did, Tommy. The big SoddyDaisy running back tried to get airborne to go over a pile, couldn't make it, got flipped up, and lost the ball.
Boy,
big turnover.
That don't jumpstart this ball club. What could? Wideouts left and right. Zachary near side. Hankins far side. Handoff, and here goes Brian Reeves. Nothing. Absolutely not nothing in that middle. After the first series of downs, Lebanon not being able to gain a yard in the middle of the line. Brian Reeves had 2 carries for great yardage in our first drive, but since then they have really been looking for that play. It's 2nd down and 10.
Lebanon trying to run the trap play, and the tackle just stepped down in there and sealed it up, and Soddy with good pursuit would not let that play get going.
All right, Lebanon again, wideouts left and right. Here comes that linebacker again. Firing over the middle. Here's Carson. 40, 35, 30, 50, 20. Dives inside the 15. Carson to the 14-yard line. 1st down as Pitt raises up and hits Carson wide open behind the defense. He almost carried it all the way.
That's what happens when you blitz. Now, that's a possibility. When you challenge them and you come up on the blitz, you're going to leave somebody open in that coverage. Carson stepped right in the middle on the hot route. Pitt hit him in stride. Terry, good gain.
37-yard gain by Carson. Lebanon with a 1st down on the SoddyDaisy 14.
Pitt sets him down. Pitt, first man through and barreling down near the 10-yard line, I think is the fullback. And was it Reeves? It was. Reeves on the carry, gets all the way down near the 10, and he makes the 10-yard line where it will be second down and about 7, a gain of about 3. Lebanon can pick up a first down just inside the 4-yard line.
Alds is the A-back or the up-back. Reeves the fullback, and Stafford dots the I.
Blue Devils in that power formation. They pull everybody in tight. Here's a give to Stafford. Stafford slides outside, still on his feet, makes the 5. He makes the 4. He's near first down yardage. Stafford with another great little run.
John says he's got it down on the sideline.
Official says so also. First and goal, Lebanon. Inside the 4-yard line. Stafford on a nifty little run, hit a couple of times, but you got to bump this guy 3 or 4 times to get him down.
Well, a good second look off the power look. You fake it inside and give it to Stafford going around the end.
Blue Devils first and goal from inside the 4-yard line. Pitt on the call, and he hands to the big fullback, and I think it was Alls carrying it this time, but he gets down near the 1. We'll have to wait and see where they unpilot and where they spot the football, but a good gain on first down. They're only going to give him...
That was
They're going to give him inside the 1-yard line, I believe, or will they put it at the 1?
Right at the 1, Brian Reeves on the carry for Lebanon. John, a good surge.
Sure was, Tommy, and look for him to get the ball again. He's calling for it.
Pitt hands it off to Reeves, and Reeves has scored. Blue Devils are on the board first. They draw first blood on a couple of power surges by the Lebanon line and a run-in of fullback Brian Reeves. And they move in and go on top 6-0 with 5:52 to play here in the first half of this football game in SoddyDaisy. The Blue Devils are on top of the Trojans, and right now a very big play coming up, John Bryan.
Right you are, Clyde. It's Jeff Gannon. Gannon goes in for the long snap. Tressler to hold. Zachary to kick. Tressler, the snap is good. It is down. It is not down. The ball fell off the tee, and Zachary kicked the top part of it. It was a line drive shot, went right up under the crossbar. No good.
Hello, I'm Joy Ansfelder, a junior football cheerleader here at LHS. We're here with Mr. Alan Bain of Piggly Wiggly, and we would like to thank them for their support and present to them a football souvenir.
Good luck, Lebanon Blue Devils.
Go, Big Blue!
As Lebanon marches 52 yards in 6 plays, Brian Reeves scores the touchdown. The extra point is no good, so with 5:52 left in the second quarter, Lebanon leading SoddyDaisy 6-0.
And they got in scoring position on the hot pass, a quickie from Pitt to Carson. Here's the kickoff, a squibbler along the ground, going to be picked up at the 31-yard line, heading for the far side, tripped up as he crosses the 35, makes the 37. They'll give him the 38, and they'll put it in play at their own 38-yard line.
Cantrell with initial contact. Bowers helped close the play down as Lebanon kicks the grounder. Jackie Payne takes it, gets back to the middle of the field, and now Lebanon's defense will be called upon to try to shut down this Soddy offense. And folks, as Lebanon could not generate much offense, but it was that big hot pass to Carson that kind of got us over the hump.
And they did it after the big hit and the fumble caused by Lehue as he upended the big running back. Here's the hot pass and the floater outside, and that one is 10 yards overthrown. That's not close to anybody. That was a bad pass, and I think Williams just lost it.
Some kind of miscommunication between the quarterback Williams and Peak, the wideout. Williams was thinking fade toward the sideline, and Peak was looking toward the middle of the field. Two Lebanon defenders on him. 2nd and 10 on the incompletion.
News for Peak. You don't want to go in that middle where C and Tressler roams around. 2nd down 10. Williams sets him out. Hand off second man. Here comes the big guy, and he's going to blast over the 40 out to the 41-yard line. Gain about 3 on the play. Lebanon knocking him down and containing this big running back fairly decent here in the first half.
Terry, what about the numbers on the big runner Jarvis Smith?
Tommy, he's run the ball 7 times tonight. He's only gained 17 yards. So Lebanon's keeping him below 3 yards per carry.
3rd down 7 now. Big 3rd down play for Soddy here at their own 41-yard line. Also a big play for the Lebanon defense. Soddy will split Peak wide to the right, and Williams will make the call. He's going to give it to his big boy, and he's still on his feet. He did not make it, I don't think. He got over the 45, maybe the 46-yard line, but he's going to be shy of the first down by a yard. They'll put it at the 47.
Tim Kelly on the tackle for Lebanon. Junior linebacker Tim Kelly sliding along the line of scrimmage